Hey everybody, it's time for my latest Let's Vote video. And this is my nice Kamala and Equality for All t-shirt. And there's going to be something a little bit different about this video from the previous installments of this series, where I have shown you, like, as my pen is going down on the paper from a bird's eye view, because I don't want to dox myself more than I have to. And that also means that there are certain things that I can't show you on my ballot, because I still live in the Denver metro area, but I moved a little bit, and I'm enjoying not being totally doxxed right now. And so I know that this isn't my forever home, but I want to enjoy it while I can. So in order to keep it up as long as I can right now, can't be showing you my whole ballot because, you know, it gets down into like municipal districts and stuff. So that being said, let's get down to it. This is my actual ballot. For president, I'll just read the person who's running for president, not their running mate. But we've got Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, Blake Huber from Approval Voting Party, Chase Russell Oliver from the Libertarian Party, Jill Stein from the Green Party, Randall Terry from the American Constitution Party, Cornel West from the Unity Party, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., unaffiliated. And I happen to know that RFK is not even running anymore. He, like, dropped out, but he left his name on certain states and not others because he's just trying to affect the election. But I'm going to go ahead and select Kamala. And I understand that there are people with the same political inklings as I have that can't find it in themselves to vote for either political party these days. They feel politically disaffected. They're one issue voters that are, you know, sticking to that one issue, and they will not settle for somebody who isn't going to be fixing that one issue. And I get it. But for me, I decided that I'm going with the Democratic Party for the presidential race. Let's see. What else can I say about that, though? Hold on. I'm a guy who has almost every privilege in the world, seriously. And when I think about people who want to use their vote in another way that isn't the most useful, I think it takes a lot more privilege to do that in this world and disregard other issues that you are not going to, you know, have in your favor, or, you know. Anyways, I realize that there are people without as many privileges as I who don't feel like they can use their vote as a protest vote. So I'm with them. Now, this narrows it down for me a little bit as far as, like, doxing me. I am in the 4th District in the United States, so I am voting between Lauren Boebert or Tricia Calvarese, who actually sent me a mailer. Hold on, here it is. Of reasons why I shouldn't vote for Lauren Boebert. Wasn't going to happen anyway, but this Tricia Calvarese, she in particular says that Boebert voted yes on cutting veterans' access to telehealth. And I'm a telehealth therapist. So, and some of my clients are veterans. So, like, this directly affects me. So, I had a ton of other reasons for not liking Lauren Boebert. Not the least of which, jacking off her boyfriend in in a theater where it was Beetlejuice the play. There's kids in there. That's just horrible. Like, and there's so many other things. She's basically like the daughter Trump wishes he could have. Let's see. Bunch of other state offices. Let's see. Board of Education, I'm going for Krista Holtzman. And you know what? I don't feel like I have to have that overhead view of my ballot anymore to keep a record of it, because there are sample ballots on like Ballotpedia for every zip code nowadays. So like the historic record is being kept. I'm good there. For Regent at University of Colorado, I'm going to choose Elliot Hood. For state senator, I'm going to go with Brady. That's who I'm voting for state senator. And state representative, I'm going with Nilemo. And some people are triangulating where I live as I fill in this dot. And then there's a DA I'm voting for here. And the RTD bus and light rail district person is running unopposed. It's always weird to see when it's not a primary. Then there's county commissioner. Gonna go ahead and vote on that. And then another county commissioner spot. Gonna go vote on that. Even more local. There's something to vote on there. And a couple more council member spots I got to vote for here that I can't, say in this video because it would dox me. Now, as to judicial retention, here in Colorado, we have to vote yes or no if we're going to keep certain judges. And most people don't even know anything about the judges. They don't look it up. They don't investigate. And many people are like, just vote no on all of them and we'll just change things up. I'm not like that, but 2 Supreme Court justices in particular I am voting no on, and those are Maria E. Birkenkotter and Brian D. Boatwright, both of whom decided that Donald Trump's activities on January 6, 2021 did not incite the happenings on the Capitol that day. So I disagree with their findings on that. I do hold him responsible for what happened that day. And so I think that those judges don't see things as clearly as I do on that matter, and I don't trust them to see other things as clearly as I do on that matter, on other matters because of this. And so, yeah, I'm voting to remove those 2, and I'm not alone. Right? These 2, like, if you add up all the people who vote no on everyone every time anyway, and then the people who know about what these two did, these two in particular probably will not be retained as justices in Colorado because of what they did. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling in some of the amendments we're voting on and propositions we're voting on. Amendment G is I'm voting yes on it, and it is to expand this property tax exemption that people who are disabled vets who are 100% rated by the VA and people over 65 across the board get in Colorado if you've lived in your home for 10 years. And basically, for the first $200,000 of your home value, it cuts your home value in half for the purpose of taxation of properties. And so it saves people a lot of money in these certain categories, either 65 and older and lived in your home for 10 years or 100% disabled veteran. Well, now I'm voting yes to extend that to other veterans who are having individual unemployability status but don't have a 100% disability rating. It's not going to cost us that much. And really, when you look at the value of home prices these days, I think they need to review the entire exemption and just make it bigger, because just taking the first 200,000 and making it 100,000, that doesn't do much when home values are like all over $500,000. So it needs to be increased with inflation. Amendment H establishes an independent judicial discipline adjudicative board setting standards for judicial review of a discipline case and clarifying when discipline proceedings become public. And I am all for more review of the judicial system, but I got another mailer here, and this is from the local Republican Party, and they sent this sample ballot. And so I'm for more scrutiny of judges. What are they for? They say yes too. They also say yes to extending the tax credit to more veterans. And so does the Democratic Party as well. Like, some of these things are not partisan. They're just like, they're going to happen. Anyways, yeah, I want more judicial review because we need it. We need it. Okay. Amendment I is creates an exception to the right to bail for cases of murder in the first degree when proof is evident or presumption is great. I'm going to go yes. And Amendment J, shall there be an amendment to the Colorado Constitution removing the ban on same-sex marriages? I'm going to be saying, let's see, I'm going to say remove the ban. And you have to read these carefully sometimes, because like sometimes a no means yes, yes means no, like thing. The Republicans say no, don't remove the ban. So I'm going to say yes, remove the ban. Just double checking here. It's great to have how they're voting. You know. So that like, sometimes I just don't trust the way things are written on these ballots. I don't want to get like a trick question, like you didn't want that, but you voted for it. I want them to remove the ban and codify it in the state constitution. Yes, we're going to have same-sex marriage, and the reason why we have to vote this now, and we have this amendment, is because all sorts of things are being on the federal level challenged and overturned and whatnot, and left to states' rights, and left to the states to decide. And so now we're just codifying everything that was federally protected previously, just in case someone comes along and tries to remove even more of long-standing rights that people have had. Let's see. Amendment K, shall there be an amendment to the Constitution of Colorado concerning the modification of certain deadlines in connection with specified elections? I did a deep dive on this one because there wasn't a lot of clarity in the way it was written for me. And basically, it's going to tighten deadlines for getting things like petitions to put something on the ballot in, and give the county clerk and recorder and the Secretary of State more time to prepare the ballot. But here's my problem with that. It's already gotten to the point where the only people who can stick things on our ballot are rich people who can pay a lot of petition getters, and a lot of whom are out of state, and they're affecting our state. So I'm voting no on tightening these deadlines, because it's only going to affect the grassroots efforts that are trying to get things done by making things hard on them and making the only people who can get anything done moneyed people. And I don't like that. So I'm voting no on Amendment K. What did the Republicans want? They say no too. I don't know. I didn't get a sample ballot from Democrats, so I don't really know how they were voting on that one. Let's see. Amendment 79 says, shall there be a change to the Colorado Constitution recognizing the right to abortion, and in connection therewith prohibiting the state and local governments from denying, impeding, or discriminating against the exercising of that right, allowing abortion to be a covered service under health insurance plans for Colorado state and local government employees and for enrollees in the state and local government insurance programs. Yes. What did the Republicans say? They said no. That's what I would figure. All right. Amendment 80. Shall there be an amendment to the Colorado Constitution establishing the right to school choice for children in kindergarten through the 12th grade, and in connection therewith declaring that school choice includes neighborhood, charter, and private schools, homeschooling, open enrollment options, and future innovations in education. Now, how do the Republicans vote? We're on 80. They say no on that. And I also say no. And I don't know who exactly sends this out. This one. This is not authorized by any candidate or candidate committee. It's paid for by the Colorado Republican Committee. So I'm with them on this, and the reason why I am voting no on this is because these school vouchers, every time they come up, it's just a way for rich people who are already paying for their kids to go to these private schools to have their kids' education paid for, and it doesn't really make it more accessible to other kids, and it takes money away from the public school system, making it worse, making the case for vouchers even stronger by just diluting the effectiveness of education in our public schools. So I'm going to say no. Proposition JJ. Without raising taxes, may the state keep and spend all sports betting tax revenue above voter-approved limits to fund water conservation and protection projects instead of refunding of revenue to casinos. Yes. Yes, I love that. By the way, I am biased in that I am an addiction counselor, and I hate casinos. So, yeah. But also, I love water conservation. That sounds cool. Proposition KK. Shall state taxes be increased by $39 million annually to fund mental health services, including for military veterans and at-risk youth, school safety and gun violence prevention, and support services for victims of domestic violence, by authorizing a tax on gun dealers, gun manufacturers, and ammunition vendors at the rate of 6.5% of the net taxable sales from the retail sale of any gun precursor part, or ammunition, with the state keeping and spending all of the new tax revenue as a voter-approved revenue change. Yes, I'm going to vote yes on that. That's cool with me. And what did the Republicans say for KK? They want to know. I'm sorry, Republicans. Let's see. Not sorry. Also, just like how we tax marijuana or any other taxes on non-essential things, I do consider guns and ammunition to be largely non-essential, because most people who buy it for their essential protection and all that, they can buy the gun and buy a little bit of ammo and have it at the ready, right? But this tax would most affect people who go to the gun range and just blow money through the barrel of their gun. It's really going to affect that. They're going to be the ones paying it over and over and over again. And those who just keep the same weapon and ammunition for years, they're not going to be as affected by this. But people who are, enthusiasts who do a lot of recreational shooting, the tax will affect them more. So I'm okay with that. And let's see. Prop 127. Shall there be a change to the Colorado revised statutes concerning a prohibition on the hunting of mountain lions, lynx, and bobcats, and in connection therewith prohibiting the intentional killing, wounding, pursuing, entrapping, or discharging, or releasing of a deadly weapon at a mountain lion, lynx, or bobcat, creating 8 exceptions to this prohibition, including for the protection of human life, property, and livestock, establishing a violation of this prohibition as a Class 1 misdemeanor, and increasing the fines and limiting wildlife license privileges for persons convicted of this crime. And I'm going to say yes. And I'm not an avid hunter, but I do understand that some of the things that they were using to catch bobcats were very cruel. And the method of having a trap that puts a noose around the neck, and then they go look at the trap later, and then they hunt that way for trophy bobcats. It's just Proposition 128 says, shall there be a change to the Colorado revised statutes concerning parole eligibility for an offender convicted of certain crimes, and in connection therewith requiring an offender who is convicted of a second-degree murder, first-degree assault, Class 2 felony kidnapping, sexual assault, first-degree arson, first-degree burglary, or aggravated robbery committed on or after January 1st, 2025, to serve 85% of the sentence imposed before being eligible for parole, and requiring an offender convicted of any such crime committed on or after January 1st, 2025, who was previously convicted of any 2 crimes of violence, not just those crimes enumerated in this measure, to serve the full sentence imposed before beginning to serve parole. I'm a little bit torn on this because I have been a therapist for people on probation and parole, mandated by the justice system to get therapy. And the Republicans are saying yes, they want this. But of course, the Republicans vote in favor of all privatized prisons getting more money by having people stay longer by mandate in those prisons. And so I can see how, them making money off the farming of people sounds great. But with the offenses that they have listed on this, I actually do not see a problem with them adding this as an addition to sentencing guidelines, because yeah, it's like a truth in sentencing law, only it still allows for a little bit of leeway. They have to do 85% of the sentence before being eligible for parole. But it's a little bit ridiculous sometimes when some of the cases I am privy to, they didn't even serve half of the time because of different reasons, good time and whatnot. And what they did was notable, but I can't get into that, confidentiality and all, but yeah. Prop 129 says, shall there be a change to the Colorado Revised Statutes creating a new veterinary professional associate profession, and in connection therewith establishing qualifications including a master's degree in veterinary clinical care or the equivalent as determined by the State Board of Veterinary Medicine to be a veterinary professional associate, requiring registration with the state board, and blah blah blah. There's more to it, but basically I'm voting no on this. And I have actually corresponded with a veterinarian about this issue. And let's see, what are the Republicans saying? They want yes. I'm voting no. Here's why. Okay, veterinarians need to have the education that they have with residencies and whatnot. They're basically like medical doctors for animals, and they do surgery and whatnot. And the reason why there's this push for creating this vet associate professional credential is it's basically the Uberification, gig marketing, gig economy job version of vets. They're trying to make it so that people don't have to go to school as long to learn medicine for animals in order to be able to perform surgery on animals. And I don't like that. But really it's the motives behind it. The dilution of the field of veterinarians who are trained medical professionals for animals, and taking some of their scope of practice and giving it to people who are untrained, and don't have to have as rigorous of qualifications. And the whole reason is that some company wanted to put this on our ballot so that they could come in and create like a chain of veterinary clinics where all of the employees that they have, they don't have to pay them as much as you would have to pay an actual veterinarian. And it's just the Uberification of all jobs. And I don't stand for it in my field. and I don't want anyone to have that happen to their field. So, Prop 130. Shall there be a change to the Colorado revised statutes concerning state funding for peace officer training and support, and in connection therewith, directing the legislature to appropriate $350 million to peace officer training and support fund for municipal and county law enforcement agencies to hire and retain peace officers, allowing the fund to be used for pay, bonuses, initial and continuing education and training, and a death benefit for a peace officer, police, fire, and first responder killed in the line of duty, and requiring the funding to supplement existing appropriations. And of course, for 130, the Republicans said yes. And I'm going to vote no. Now, this is going to surprise some people because I'm wearing a Kamala t-shirt, and she was a prosecutor, and she's beloved by police and loves law enforcement. But I would rather see the funds go to expanding the STAR program in Denver. And that is a program where therapists or mental health professionals or social workers are paired up with police, and they go out together and they send in the mental health professional first to certain cases to, we're going to say, de-escalate the situation. And it gives police less of a chance to try out for the Denver Broncos and tackle all of my clients and injure them with impunity. And so that's why I'm voting no. I want to see the money be earmarked for a complete revamping of policing in general. And I don't want to vote for just throwing more money at the same type of thing that we have nationwide. I want to see... I'm willing to vote for more money as long as I know that innovation is happening and not just incentivizing the crap that we have had to put up with. So, in the future, they could reach me with, funding if they said, "Hey, we want the mental health ride-alongs to, have paid positions that, and we're going to increase how many positions we have." I'd vote yes for that. And even if you paired it with some of these other things. But if all I see is like giving cops a raise and bonuses and more continuing training in the same damn thing that they've been doing, no. And the last one I will be sharing with you guys, because the rest of this ballot would be doxing me. It is Prop 131, and it is... shall there be a change to the Colorado revised statutes creating new election processes for certain federal and state offices? Basically, this is ranked choice voting. It goes on describing how they want to implement the ranked choice voting. I'm going to say yes for ranked choice voting. And let's see, I got this mailer right here that says Jared Polis, our current governor, and John Hickenlooper, a previous governor, wanted me to vote yes on Prop 131 too. So I'm paying attention to the mailers, and the only other mailer I got this time was about Amendment 80, and it was the school choice school vouchers program, that basically every few years it rears its ugly head and it tries to sap money away from our public schools by diverting it to private schools. That's it. That's why I voted no on that. I got the sticker that says I voted. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for this one. Bringing my hands together like this because either way, about half of America will be disappointed with the outcome of the election. And when that happens, I will probably get a lot of referrals for my therapy practice as people try to cope with the fallout. And yeah, I'm here for it. It's just a couple weeks away, November 5th. So we'll see. I'll be probably staying up all night watching the returns as they come in and wondering how hurricanes affect certain parts of the country and their voting habits. That's what I'm interested in right now. Is like, how do you vote if you are not if you're not a mail-in voter because you are against mail-in voting altogether, so you like to vote in person, but your home has been swept away and the polling place also went down the river with it because your whole town is gone. I'm wondering how those people are going to vote and, be heard. I think they still deserve to vote, certainly, but I can see how certain parts of the country it's going to be difficult for them to do so. And I wonder if that's going to affect things. We'll see. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. I will be filling out the rest of my ballot, sending it in, and then you'll see me again for the next Let's Vote at the next election.